everybody, and welcome to video number 10 in my EFT series, the last video of 2018. And as you might have guessed, this video will be today about New Year's resolutions. And New Year's resolutions are not very popular. Usually we finish with them right at the end of January. So this video will help you to have a kind of happier, better attitude to New Year's resolutions, so as to help you achieve those. So about New Year's resolutions, a few practical tips before we start with the tapping bit. Set your new resolutions achievable. Don't make it anything big, because you'll be then more frustrated and upset when you can't keep up those. So for example, it's not really necessary to go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week to work out for an hour, but just try to look for little things you can do to do a little bit of exercise, like walk to the shops or walk to work, or for example, I've got a car, but when I go to the town center I take the bike, because it's so much easier to take the bike. I don't have to look for a parking space, which is expensive anyway, and I enjoy the 40 minutes ride there and then back again. Or the other thing which I do is, like, I try to make sure that I do a little bit of exercise every day. And going out for me is like exercise, because we were not really meant to do these big workouts which we kind of do at the gym. Just something very light, simple will do. And so I do often, if I don't go out, I go and jump on this trampoline, and it's just 5 or 10 minutes, and it's just such a lovely thing to do. And the funny thing is that I got this trampoline from one of my son's mums, and as the boys were growing up, she was clearing it, and I acquired it, and I made this joke, well, as your sons are growing up, I mean, mine are as well, you're clearing it, you're getting rid of it, but I'm actually getting it, so I'm continue making use of it. So that's one thing. Another thing about New Year's resolutions, clear all the clutter in your home, because when you clear the clutter, that will clear your mind, and that will allow for new miracles to come into your life. Now, what is it about New Year's resolution? Think about what is stopping you from achieving those, and that is the thing that you concentrate on tapping those and clearing those. But also, don't just clear those and push them away, but become aware. What is it? What is it which is causing you? What negative beliefs have you got? My oldest son is a big fan. This big hobby of his. He is doing our family research tree, and he's been working on it for the best part of 12 years. I think he's done it ever since he was 12, and he'll be 24 now in February. And it's quite interesting to see that what we are doing wrong, or what we don't like about ourselves, we have adopted from our ancestors. And it's so interesting to look at your ancestry and see all that. So clear everything in your home which no longer serves you, and learn to love yourself, because if you are coming from a place of love, you won't be needing to depend on other people for satisfaction and everything else. So learn about your self-worth, and also release all the kind of, how would I say it, all the anger you have towards others. I mean, in the Bible, I think there is a verse, love thy neighbor, love thy enemy. It doesn't mean that you have to be with them. To the contrary, it's only good if in the new year you surround yourself with the people who are good for you, who help you achieve, who don't actually push you back. Because often we do is, I don't know why we do it, but we keep on friends which we know are not serving us. We keep on to friends who are not supporting us in what we do. So that's another thing. As you're clearing all the clutter in your home, clear out your circle of friends, and stick to those that really you know will be loving you and supporting you. But at the same time, as I said, love thy enemy, love thy neighbor. I think it says in the Bible, even though I haven't read the Bible, but I often hear that. Because forgive those who have wronged you, because you not doing it for their sake. Because if you continue holding on to this resentment, grief and everything, it's not going to hurt them actually. The only person you are hurting is yourself. So forgive those that have wronged you. We all make mistakes, acknowledge that, and send forgiveness. You know, also about the New Year's resolutions, think what you are grateful for, because rewiring your brain in this positive way is much better than complaining about the things that you're not happy with. And wake up each morning and say, you know, list 3 things you are grateful for. And for me it is, when I wake up each morning, I say I'm grateful that I can actually get out of bed, because with my debilitating illness there are days I can't get out of bed at all. So just in me there's a big gratefulness that I can actually get up. Or another thing which I'm grateful for this beautiful garden with my lovely trampoline. You know, when my husband got this house 24 years ago, I wasn't very happy because this house is very shady, and I love gardening, so that means I cannot do much gardening here. But I love and appreciate what is here. I love the beauty of it, all the trees, all the animals, all the squirrels. You know, sometimes lie down here in the garden, look up at the sky, and I see all these birds, I see all these squirrels jumping from, you know, I admire how skillful they are. Just find the beauty in each day. And you know, another thing I'm grateful for is for my family and friends, you know, and that I was able to enjoy Christmas in a happy way with them. So, and you know, tell your friends, tell your family you love them, tell them that, and then you love them, you'll get the love back. And again, you only can love others if you love yourself. So it all comes to loving yourself, and this is what the tapping will be for the New Year's resolutions, about learning your own self-worth, learning to love yourself, because once you do that, then any one of your resolutions to stop drinking, to stop overeating, to stop taking drugs, and on and on and on, you won't, you know, that will just come, that will just go. Once you learn to love yourself, you won't need all those, because drugs, alcohol, they are just filling a void in you, a love which you are not getting in any other way. They are filling some kind of emptiness inside of you. So learning to love yourself is the best way forward with regards to all New Year's resolutions. Now, why we always break them? And that is because your subconscious mind kicks in, and it will start warning you, it will start telling you, oh, don't even bother, don't go there. It's protecting you, it is doing its job, so acknowledge it. Say, thank you, my subconscious mind, for looking after me, for protecting me all these years, but you know what, I don't need you now, I can do what I want. Just change those negative beliefs, negative thoughts, which are in your, you know, in your subconscious mind. And as I said in another video, all this has come from our childhood, the way we were kind of hypnotized, the way we were programmed. And again, it's good to look at your family history, look at it and see where it is coming from, because it can't come out of nowhere. So let's start to think about what we can tap on in our EFT tapping. And as I said, let's tap on the things which don't serve us anymore, the reasons why we can't achieve these New Year's resolutions, but also try to think where you are storing all these negative emotions. And I've done it in my previous videos. I mean, almost all of them. I always go to a place in your body where you're storing these emotions, this negativity and everything else. And it could be tightness in the chest, or it could be butterflies in your stomach. And think where it is. Give it a good minute. Think about it. And when you know the place, acknowledge it, point to it, and actually send love to it. And that is actually the part of the tapping setups, because we say, I love and accept and honor myself. A difficult thing to say, and if it is difficult, just add the word anyway, because even though you find it hard, you try to do it anyway. Or you can adapt these setups to suit you. It will always work best when it is how it is for you. So this might be just a little bit of general tapping to set you off on the right path, on the right direction, to clear all those beliefs like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't count, I'm no good at anything, I will never amount to anything. And these beliefs are not yours. Someone has planted them in you. Some people who, for example, your mum or your teacher were fed up and they said something quite nasty to you, and they didn't mean it, but you have adopted it, and now for the rest of your life you're living on these beliefs. So let's do the setup. Even though I find New Year's resolutions really difficult, oh no, this time of year again, I know I will break them by the time I come to January, and everyone does that and everyone laughs at that. All these New Year resolutions which I always break, this difficult time of year, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though we are here at the end of the year again, and it's time to make New Year's resolutions, and I always break them, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't like making New Year's resolutions, I always break them. I can't keep them up. What's the point of making any? I love and accept myself anyway. So now just a reminder phrase, stepping on all the points. Oh, this dread of New Year's resolution. It only confirms to me I'm not good enough. This belief I always had. Not good enough. I can never achieve anything. I never bring anything to the end. I'm just not good enough. I can never achieve. What is the point of all these New Year's resolutions? I will only break them. That confirms I'm not good enough. I never complete anything. All these New Year's resolutions, what's the point of them? So take a deep breath. Now, where do you feel all that? Now, I have always been a great achiever, and that is actually how I was getting my laugh. If I didn't do well, I thought I wouldn't be laughed. So for me, laugh always equaled achievement and hard work. But all this, together with all my family issues and their unhealthy grieving and everything else, I've ended up making myself ill, basically. All this stress of achieving, And I remember there were times when I used to sweat during exams. We were writing exams, and all this sweat was pouring from me. And I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I said to myself, what is the point of all that? What is the point? I mean, my life won't depend on some grade which I will get here during this exam. And it was actually something very clever I did then, because I rewired something negative to something positive, because from then on, I was never ever stressing about an exam, There were times once I misunderstood something in maths, and then my whole exam then was the worst mark. And once I was trying to send the answers because I was a clever one, so everyone expected me to provide answers for them. So I was sending answers to someone else, and the teacher spotted me. And again, even though I've done very well in that exam and it would be the best grade and mark, I got actually the worst one. And then during parents' evening, that teacher said to my parents, she said, well, you know, I really did appreciate her because she was bearing that bad mark, which she didn't deserve, but she knew she was doing something wrong. She was bearing that very well. And it was true, I had to be punished because, you know, I was supporting cheating and that wasn't really good, but I still remember that till today. But anyway, I'm going back to my illness, and as I said, if you are constantly in this fight and flight, then you will be ending up being ill. And someone, actually I wasn't there, but my sister once went to some conference where there was a lady who can tune in to how you are, and this lady tuned in to me, and she did some pictures, some healing pictures for me, and she said, oh, your sister, she never achieves anything. I was kind of thinking, no, I always achieve everything, because till then I was always completing everything that I set my mind on and everything. But I was in the middle of doing a teacher training course that was 14 years ago, and I wanted to teach modern foreign languages at schools because I love kids and everything else. But then my illness got so bad that I had to give up. You know, I couldn't complete that. And for years and years I was ill, I couldn't do anything, and I still, you know, suffer from the illness, and there are still times when I would be 2 or 3 months in bed without being able to even have a basic wash. But I'm not you know, this does not define me. It does not define me that I have not achieved or completed that, because now I've done many things since then. You know, I've done counseling, I've done hypnotherapy, and I've done EFT, and I'm now actually, my dream of being a teacher, I'm actually fulfilling that. So I'm actually the dream of me being a teacher, even though 14 years it broke down, I never actually gave up on that dream. I continue pursuing it because I know I'm worth it, I know I'm good enough, and I know I can inspire others, and I do. I'm able to inspire you, great people, and help you achieve what you want to achieve. And so my dream of me being a teacher is actually fulfilling itself, even though the route there might have been a little bit more thorny. But I got there, I will get there, and I've got so many new plans for the new year. And you know, for these videos, I want to make videos with children, for children, with the tapping teddies, which you have already seen. And yeah, basically this is what I'm trying to do, to help you to achieve going from a place of fear, which is, if you break your New Year's resolutions, then there is some fear. It doesn't come from a place of love. But the EFT can help you to get from a place of fear to a place of love. And as you're tapping, you're changing those neural pathways in you from fearful responses to very loving responses. So yeah, so we can all achieve, as I said, set yourself small achievable goals, and you don't have to do New Year's resolutions just during the new year. There's 365 days in each year. Make every resolution every day. There is always another day. If something doesn't go well for you, just say, okay, it was a bad day, thank you for the lessons I have learned from it, because actually, you know, so many people have achieved such great things because they have learned from their mistakes. So don't feel guilty or don't feel bad just before you make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Say thank you to them, acknowledge them, and learn from them. And that is my wish for all of you in the new year. Shall we just step to round everything up at the end? Let's just step on Happy New Year and whatever else comes up. So Happy New Year, sparkling New Year, successful New Year, healthy New Year, and loving New Year. Laugh, loving energy. Happy, 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 happy New Year. And if you want, get up and dance, because if we start stepping, dancing, moving along, we are actually clearing all the negative blocks out of our body. So do get up, put up a glass, drink up to the new year, and actually start dancing, 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 dancing. And I see you in the new year with more videos. Much love to you.